Aaron Dillon here, Managing Director of AG Dillon & Co. AG Dillon is closing 6 pre-IPO stock funds in September of 2025. Anduril, XAI, Grok, Lambda Labs, Together AI, and a space economy company. Use these single stock funds to build bespoke pre-IPO stock portfolios. Use selected pre-IPO stock company exposures and weight allocations to each pre-IPO stock to express your unique investment thesis. Available for purchase at Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and directly at AG Dillon Funds. $2,500 minimum investment. Financial advisors only. Email aaron.dillon@agdillon.com to invest. Again, that's aaron.dillon@agdillon.com to invest. All right, and now the pre-IPO stock update for July 18, 2025. Anthropic, an AI large language model company, is currently exploring a new funding round that could establish an valuation exceeding $100 billion, representing a substantial uplift from its prior $61.5 billion post-money valuation achieved in an earlier $3.5 billion raise led by Lightspeed Venture Partners earlier this year. While formal fundraising efforts have not commenced, Anthropic has fielded unsolicited offers from venture investors at valuations north of $100 billion, implying a 25x multiple on its current ARR. The Claude chatbot, launched in March of 2023, has driven significant revenue momentum, with ARR quadrupling from $1 billion at the start of 2025 to $4 billion by July 2025, including a recent monthly increase from $3 billion to $4 billion. Monthly revenues surpassed $115 million in early 2025, reaching a $3 billion run rate by May, underpinned by a 60% gross margin projected to expand to 70%. 300% year-over-year growth, and anticipated full year 2025 revenue of $2.2 billion. Anthropic commands a 3.91% market share in generative AI market. Key investors include Amazon, Alphabet, Menlo Ventures, and Salesforce Ventures. Anthropic had a $77 billion secondary market valuation prior to the news. If this new round closes at $100 billion, that's going to be a 29.9% increase versus the pre-news secondary pricing. Anthropic also unveiled its financial analysis solution and Claude for financial services, leveraging its latest Claude 4 models and Claude Opus 4 and Claude Sonnet 4. These tools are designed to support financial professionals in critical functions, including investment decision-making, market analysis, research, due diligence, portfolio management, and financial modeling. The platform offers real-time data integration from more than 10 sources, including Box, PitchBook, Databricks, S&P Global, Snowflake, FactSet, and Morningstar, and is immediately accessible via AWS Marketplace and Google Cloud Marketplace integration forthcoming. Google Cloud Marketplace integration is forthcoming. This initiative targets accelerated adoption in the financial sector, where Anthropic already counts prominent clients such as Bridgewater Associates, AIG, and Norges Bank Investment Management, while prioritizing data security by refraining from using client inputs in model training. Thinking Machines, an AI large language model company, secured a historic $2 billion seed round on July 15, 2025, led by Andreessen Horowitz and joined by NVIDIA, Excel, ServiceNow, Cisco, AMD, and Jane Street, yielding a $12 billion post-money valuation. The company was founded in February of 2025 by Miriam Murati, former OpenAI CTO. The round surpasses June 2025 estimates of the $10 billion valuation, with an initial February target of $1 to $9 billion, marking the largest seed financing in Silicon Valley history. It's 4 times the prior record. As a 5-month-old public benefit corporation with no current products, revenue, or disclosed details, the 30-person team comprises Murati and co-founders John Schulman, Barrett Zoff, Lillian Wang, Andrew Tulloch, and Luke Metz, augmented by talent from OpenAI, Meta, and Mistral AI. Murati retains majority board control via weighted voting, with founder shareholders' votes amplified 100-fold, emphasizing multimodal AI to advance collaborative general intelligence. The firm has secured a Google Cloud partnership and anticipates debuting its inaugural product by September of 2025, so not too far away, incorporating a substantial open source element for researchers and startups while disseminating insights on frontier AI. Recent acquisition discussions with Meta yielded no proposal, positioning Thinking Machines as a formidable challenger to OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google DeepMind. OpenEvidence, an AI-driven medical assistant platform, closed a 210 million Series B in July of 2025 at a $3.5 billion valuation, co-led by Google Ventures and Kleiner Perkins, with participation from Sequoia Capital. Sequoia was the lead on its February 2025 $75 million Series A at $1 billion valuations. Code2, Conviction, Thrive, Buyer Capital, and Mayo Clinic also participated. Founded in 2022 by Daniel Nader, which is the founder of Kensho Technologies, which sold for $700 million in 2018. This elevates the total funding above $300 million, rendering Nadler a billionaire. The HIPAA-compliant tool offered gratis to verified U.S. clinicians via iOS and Android, has penetrated over 40% of U.S. physicians, exceeding 440,000 users by June 2025. That's up from 250,000 in January, and spanning 10,000 plus hospital and clinics with 65,000 monthly registrations and over 2,000. That's over 2,000% year-over-year growth. It processes 8.5 million consultations monthly, and that's up from 358,000 in July of 24, and is averaging 358,000 per workday. Delivering evidence-based responses in 5 to 10 seconds via collaborations with the American Medical Association, the New England Journal of Medicine, and JAMA, and its 11 specialty journals. Against the backdrop of medical research doubling every 5 years and a projected U.S. physician deficit nearing 100,000 by 2030, OpenEvidence introduced Deep Consult this month in a complementary AI agent for PhD caliber evidence thesis that synthesis that parallel processes hundreds of peer-reviewed studies, generating reports in hours rather than months. This aligns with AI-enabled digital health startups, securing 62% of the $162 billion in U.S. venture funding for the sector in first half of 2025. Xtend, a drone technology company, extended its Series B with a $30 million infusion in July, co-founded by Alia Capital Partners and Protego Ventures, alongside incumbent Caltech, Latavix, investment vehicle, boosting the Series B to $70 million and total funding to $100 million since inception, following a $40 million initial Series B in 2024 and $20 million Series A in 2021. The firm, founded in 2018 by brothers Aviv and Matteo Shapria, employs 120 staff across its Tel Aviv headquarters and a newly inaugurated 8,000 square foot manufacturing site in Tampa, Florida, opened in July. Its NDAA compliant U.S. manufactured drone portfolio encompasses the Xtender Scorpio 500, Scorpio 1000, and Honey Badger operating system, and is also powered by AI-enabled XOS operating system for streamlined training and operations in defense, strike, reconnaissance, counter UAS, and precision scenarios. Initial Tampa output prioritizes Group 1 surveillance drones for the U.S. Department of Defense, mitigating dependence on Chinese components that control 78 to 80% of the global UAV market. Xtend's contract wins include a $8.8 million DoD award in December 2024 for strike drone R&D, a $20 million multi-year exclusive deal in January 2023 for multi-drone systems, and delivers the Israeli Defense Forces, with over 100,000 missions since October of 23, U.S. military and Ukrainian forces, where drone proliferation supports Ukraine's goal of 4 million units in 2025. That's doubling 2024 production, and enabling strikes up to 1,800 kilometers into Russian territory. Cognition, an AI code assistant for software developers, disclosed its acquisition of Windsurf's IP, AI-powered IDE brand, and over 200 employees for undisclosed sum. Windsurf is also an AI code assistant. The transition ensures full financial participation for Windsurf staff with waived vesting cliffs and accelerated vesting. The deal follows Google's $2.4 billion reverse acqui-hire earlier in July of 2025 of Windsurf CEO Varun Mohan, co-founder Douglas Chen, and 10 to 20 researchers. Shortly after OpenAI's $3 billion Windsurf bid lapsed, leaving a residual entity for Cognition to absorb and integrate with its Devon AI coding agent. Cognition was launched in November of 2023 by Scott Wu with $96 million aggregate funding, including $21 million Series A in March of 24, $350 million, $175 million in April, 2024 at $2 billion valuation, and hundreds of millions in March of 2025 at $4 billion valuation, led by 8VC. Windsurf, originally Codium, which was founded in 2021 and rebranded in 2024, is reporting 82 million ARR in July of 2025. That's down from 100 million in April due to Anthropic's June Claude access restrictions, but up from 40 million in the prior year. With enterprise ARR doubling quarter over quarter, 350 enterprise clients and hundreds of thousands of DAUs and 1.3 million paid users. The combination enhances Cognition's position in the AI code tools market amid competition from Cursor, which is 500 million ARR, tripling to 300 million in 4 months to May 2025, and $9 billion valuation post $900 million raise. GitHub Copilot's got 45% market share, 1.3 million paid users, and forecasts AI agents managing 20% of coding in 2026. That's a great pickup by the Cognition team. Via Transportation, an Uber-like ride-sharing company, submitted a confidential S-1 draft to the SEC on July 16, 2025 for a prospective IPO, its second such filing after an unexecuted 2021 attempt with share count and pricing TBD. Via delivers on-demand transit solutions and dynamic routing to over 650 cities across 30 countries: San Francisco, Seattle, New York, Miami, London, Arlington, Texas, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota, for example. With partnerships like Jersey City's program averaging 14,000 weekly rides in 2023. Internal projections indicate $326 million in 2025 revenue, bolstered by 6 acquisitions, including Acumen.io in July of 23. The company has 42 investors, including BlackRock, Janus Henderson, Macquarie, Shell, Brookside Equity Partners, and Common Fund, and OG Ventures. Polymarket, a prediction market platform. It's a betting platform. Resolved DOJ and CFTC probes in early July 2025 with no action letters 9 months after October 2024 FBI seizure of CEO Shane Copeland's devices SAN charges aligns with Trump administration's rollback of Biden-era crypto enforcements. The company incurred a $1.4 million CFTC penalty in January 2022 for unregistered derivatives and U.S. exclusion commitments. Polymarket processed $3.6 billion in 2024 U.S. election wagers. 2025 sports bets hit $1 billion with 30% year-over-year volume stake growth via the mainstream uptake. XAI, the AI large language model company, clinched up to $200 million 2-year contract from the DoD's Chief Digital and AI Office for prototyping agentic AI, deploying large language models, and customizing tools like a government-tailored Grok 4 chatbot for warfighting, intelligence, security, business, and enterprise applications, potentially extending to agencies like the GSA. Google, Anthropic, and OpenAI received similar mandates from the DoD. XAI is also pursuing an infrastructure deal with the Saudi Arabia data center. Main, the Saudi data center, has a multi-gigawatt bid. It's PIF backed with 1 gigawatt of powers, 900,000 homes just yearly, just to kind of give you an idea, and a 200 megawatt immediate facility. The company has a 121 billion secondary market valuation. It's up 7.2% versus its March 2025 merger with X. Scale AI, data labeling company for AI model training, announced reduction of 200 full-time roles. That's 14% of the staff, and 500 contractors, chiefly in generative AI labeling, attributing the move to overhiring, induced inefficiencies, bureaucratic overhead, client losses. It's really Google, OpenAI, and Google amid shifting demand. Meta invested $14.3 billion for a 49% ownership at a $29 billion valuation in June of 25. That was up from $13.8 billion round that they did in April of 25, and hired Scale CEO and several top engineers. The firm plans a second half of 2025 hires in high margin enterprise and government vehicles. Scale reported $870 million in 2024 revenue. Interim CEO Jason Droege stressed pivots to profitable domains like coding, language languages, and audio to recapture clients and optimize operations. It will be interesting to see where revenue will go after this pivot. The secondary market valuation is $26.6 billion, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this valuation drop to below $10 billion in a few months' time as the special dividend related to Meta, the Meta deal, gets paid out to investors, the customer base shuffle settles out, and new product pivot is built and released. Okay, that's it for me this week. Thanks, and see you all next week.